I'm Liv Waldron. Welcome to Auckland Marist, the best rugby club in Auckland. We're getting ready for our finals this weekend. I'll pass you over to my mate George.
Hey guys, my name's George and I play lock for the Marist Prems. We're about to be in the final this weekend and we can't wait.
3, 2, 1, let's kick it off! Best club in Auckland, and I'm sure the person on your right will agree with you. Salesi Rayasi, the Hurricane Star, we're very lucky to have you here. And it's a special week for the club, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a special week. Got a grand final, Galahad Shield against our pretty much our rivals, Ponies. So be a good game on Saturday. So.
This is an unbelievable club. You're founded in 1908. You've had 35 Black Ferns, 30 All Blacks. You know some of those names?
Yeah, the Brook brothers, Zinzan and Robin, Pat Lamb, who else? Doug Howlett, and probably our latest one, Isaiah Tuiava. Yeah.
It's a few in there, eh?
It's Copley.
Are you allowed to play this weekend?
Yep.
You in there?
Yeah.
Ooh, geez, there it is.
How many caps? How many caps have you played so far?
Or
just the first one this weekend? Okay.
So how did you enjoy your first season of Super Rugby?
No, I thoroughly enjoyed it. I think I personally learned a lot. Also some challenges as well, but pretty guttering to lose against Israel in the semis.
Wasn't me, brother. I was on the stands.
That's why we put KT in between you two on purpose, Izzy.
Nah, cheers, bro. Thanks for not playing. Appreciate it.
But for you, I mean, I know your old man, he played for Wellington and a lot, and for you to get out and play for the Hurricanes, and I mean, the family must have been proud.
Yeah, shucks, yeah. Just to be around mum and dad and close friends and family as well, as well as being home as well, which is awesome as well.
What I love about it, you bring some swag about you when you get amongst it. Hey, can you whip one out?
I don't know. It sort of just comes out.
He's covering up. He's tightening up.
KT was bragging earlier about being quicker than you, but we'll leave that there.
Here we go.
Thank you so much, Salesi, for joining us.
Cheers, brother.
Auckland Marist in the final this weekend for the Galahad Shield. They've already won 9. They're going for their 10th this weekend, and the women are also in the Coleman Shield final. But there's a lot of other rugby as well. Let's take a look at your schedule for the weekend. The Maori All Blacks are seeking revenge over Fiji on Saturday at 7 p.m. The curtain raiser to that is Fiji under-20s against New Zealand under-20 Maoris. The Wallabies are taking on the Springboks in South Africa, and Argentina against the All Blacks, the very first test of the year. That's Sunday at 5:30 a.m. But our big game this week, well, it is the All Blacks taking on Argentina. We're going over to Buenos Aires. It's an afternoon kickoff, 3 p.m, which is 6 a.m. New Zealand time. So make sure you get up bright and early for that. Izzy, how are you feeling ahead of the international season?
Yeah, first test match up. It doesn't get any exciting than playing Argentina over there. They've had a great season in Super Rugby, and there's a few new caps that are going to get an opportunity over there. So it's going to be a big test for the boys, but I know they'll be up for it.
Well, let's take a look at some of those new caps. We go to the forwards first of all. And first chance to have a look at the loose forwards. There's a bit of an experiment going on here. Sam Cane's at 7, Adi Savier's at 8, but KT, it's the 6 that interests you.
Yeah, Vaea Fafita. There's been a lot of talk going into this first test who was going to get that 6th jersey to start with. So Vaea Fafita, they've been out of the mix for a little while, but it's awesome to see him get that, and I like that balance of the loose tree. Kane at 7, Adi Savier, explosive off the back. Go on.
You talk about explosive. Well, we're going to move on to the back, and Severis. He's explosive. He makes his debut for the All Blacks this weekend, and Geordie Barrett's lining up at 11. First time in international rugby at that position, Tyler.
Yeah, I'm excited first to see Severus get out there. He had an incredible season with the Crusaders. He was phenomenal in that final for them. You know, this is try scoring ability, but he's really strong too. Like he is able to bowl players over. And then Geordie Barrett, yeah, switching positions on the other side this time. It'll be interesting to see how he goes.
We look at the bench. It's quite an inexperienced side compared to what we're used to seeing from the All Blacks. There's just 25 caps of experience between them, and Nepo Lalala has 17 of those mills.
Yeah, well, it's always going to happen, wasn't it? The coaches are after a little bit of experience, and what better way to do that and to put them out against the Argentinians? You know, a lot of the Crusaders are out. Looking forward to some of those Chiefs Mana guys. Hey, Kirsty, Chiefs Mana.
Chiefs Mana, they are going to step up, that's for sure.
East Coast Rugby Union.
Yeah, Ngāti Pro, fantastic.
Hey,
make sure you support them in the Heartland Cup for this weekend, their first game in August next year. Baby Blue. You're onto that as well. But our big matchup this week, well, we're going into the number 10 jersey. We're talking about the playmakers. First of all, Nicolas Sanchez taking on Beauden Barrett for Sanchez. He's been with Argentina since 2010. He's played a number of tests for them. Very experienced guy.
Yeah, he's played 2 World Cups as well on top of that, you know. He's playing his trade in Europe and Stade Francais, takes a shot there. But what I like about him, he's so experienced, and he's got a lot of weapons outside him, so he's a guy that's definitely going to be one to watch.
Beauden Barrett, Tyler, he has just signed. This is his new home for the Blues, and I can hear our director in the background talking about it. They love it.
welcome Bodie. You know, we're welcoming him with open arms. The Blues, I'm sure the Blues boys are excited to have him here. And as we all know, you know, he's a game changer. Just his ability to replay, and when he makes a break, no one's going to catch him.
Do you think that decision and signing, moving from the Canes to the Blues, may have weighed on his shoulders a wee bit this week, Mills?
Oh, I think it's probably weighed. You probably sort of thought about it a lot over the Super Rugby season, but yeah, you sort of noticed in the later stages of the Super Rugby, you know, he sort of became at ease there, and he almost started playing some really good footy. So now he's up at the Blues. Good old Blues.
What, now are you putting your Blues hat on?
Hey, I'm both,
We've had
mate,
Chiefs and Blues in the same 10 minutes.
He didn't have a choice. Mumsy wanted to come up to Auckland. He don't have a say, mate. Boom.
You're right. You're dead right, brother. You're dead right.
Now there's a bit of divide in the team, apparently. The Hurricanes boys like Dane Coles, they don't want to look him in the eye at the moment.
And Geordie Barrett's coming to go in the Crusaders, so how good's that? You heard that?
He wants to. He wants them to. Okay, well, we're getting back to the Chiefs because we've got a few Chiefs fans on this support crew. But we're talking about Sam Cane because he's come back from that neck injury, the broken neck that a lot of people didn't think he was going to come back to, straight into the starting side, and he's captain this weekend.
What an unbelievable story, you know. Someone come back from a broken neck and he's come back and he's hit the ground running. He hit the ground running in Suva against the Crusaders, you know, played extremely well. That's probably the turning point for him. And he's been captain before in that All Blacks team. He shows a lot of leadership. And he's just gonna, he's an absolute animal.
I mean, he is the natural leader, isn't he? He's captained them 3 times before, and when Whitelock and Reid aren't there, Sam Cane seems to step up.
Yeah, and I think the thing is he's held in such high regard, not only by the All Black management, but the players as well, right across the board in New Zealand. And that's what he does, and that's just off the field, whether it be on the field, like Izzy was saying. He has that natural link between the All Blacks and the style they want to play.
You're always excited when you come into the All Blacks environment, I'm sure. But he's going back to Buenos Aires, and he's going back to the field that the Chiefs lost at in the quarterfinals against the Jaguares, Tyler and Mills.
He won't mind. He might mind that, and it's testament to him, really, isn't it? You talk about guys going for getting injuries and then coming back and being and slotting straight in there as if sort of he hadn't been out with injuries. But Buenos Aires, he's going to be fine. He's had a wee bit of a break from Super Rugby. He'll be, you know, chomping at the bits to get out there.
Yeah, well, he slots straight in, but there's some new and exciting players in this team. 5 to be exact. 1 in Sevu Reece is starting. The other guys are coming off the bench. Izzy, who excites you the most about this group?
I'm going to have to jump in early and get in before Millsy pays me out. But Brad Weber obviously gets an opportunity.
He's not a newbie. He's played the camp
I know,
before.
but like he's played extremely well this year, and I have to say it. Obviously, being a Crusader, I wanted my mate Brynner in there, but he deserves his opportunity. And then a guy like Braden Ennell. I've seen Braden play extremely well all year, covers every position in the back line, and he's going to get an opportunity this weekend. How good.
Of course, you're going to talk up your Crusaders, mates. How about Josh Ioane, though? Back up 10. Tough position to play. He's been rooming with Bodie this week. How does he go when he comes off?
Oh, man, what a great experience for him to come in probably a hostile environment. These two guys, no Ben over there, they'll be baying for his blood, but you couldn't ask for a better test under pressure. And this is the beauty of this first test. The selectors knew the Crusaders are going to be out. Guys like this are going to get a situation like this. So I think it's the way you find out how good you are.
In terms of Sevu Reece, I mean, we saw him in sensational form during Super Rugby, but does that translate into the international game? Totally different arena, isn't it, Tyler?
It is. It's like when we play for Sevens Nationals, you know, going from Auckland then making that step up to the national level. It is a massive jump, but I'm sure he's really excited to go out there and just to see if he can bring that form into the game, and it'll be very interesting to see how he goes.
And a man that may have surprised a few people, Luke Jacobson, Mills, can't go past the good Chiefs boy.
Yeah, I love the way he's played this year, especially given, you know, a few times the Chiefs were going backwards, and then his ability to get them going forward again. So a powerhouse in the Lucies. So looking forward to when he makes his debut this weekend.
Well, the Chiefs guys, they just keep on coming. We're talking the front rowers. We're talking about Angus Ta'avao, who's one of 7 props to be named in their 37-man squad. There's a lot of competition in there, but he gets a chance this weekend. You happy with that, Izzy?
Yeah, very happy. Obviously, you don't know much about the front rowers, but like, he's played extremely well all season, and he's up against, he's got a lot of good front rowers around, so this is an opportunity for him to stake his mark towards the higher honours later in the year.
Well, he's a friend of the show. Let's tilt the bro up. But he's another good story. Last year in the Chiefs, he only got a replacement call in late, made the All Blacks then, after the Mighty 10 Cup or during the Mighty 10 Cup, and then he gets another shot. He's an awesome player. Yeah. We're going to need props.
We are going to need props. Some of these guys aren't going to need get many more opportunities anyway. What does he need to do this weekend to prove himself, Tyler?
He just really needs to be dominant from the get-go, you know, no waiting for his opportunity. You need to go from the start, and I think if he does that, especially in the set-piece area, he will hopefully stamp his mark and keep his hand up for the selection in the next next few games.
Well, someone that will be hoping to put his hand up for that Rugby World Cup jersey is Brad Weber. 1,471 days, Mills, since he played his last test for the All Blacks. It was against Samoa in 2015, but he's back. That's the most important thing.
Oh, we've spoken about stories, and what a great story this is. You know, he rang Ian Foster when he wasn't named last year to go on the India tour and asked him what he needed to do to get back in there. Superb leadership for the Chiefs this year, and just his energy. So obviously it's paid off, and those are the sort of things you want from guys when they're out the coach. And how pleasing is that for someone like Ian Foster to say, well, you got to do this, this, and that, and he's gone out there and he's probably, you know, overtaken those expectations. Hey, Izzy's hurting. Izzy's hurting at me talking about Brad Weber.
His first game I actually played in that game. It's probably my last game too, but hey, it was a bad year for me that year. We won't talk about that anymore. But good on him. Well done.
Yeah. You're happy with the choice to have Brad Weber in there?
I'm happy. I said it before. I said I'm happy. I'm proud of him. Good Hawke's Bay lad. So how good?
Here we go.
Do you think this will be his only chance in the Rugby Championship?
No, not at all.
Okay.
I think what's good about it, he went, he learned, and then he's applied it. And I think the selectors have rewarded good form. You know? What are you laughing at?
You're here. Where is it all? Where is it all? Okay, last week it was your food distracting me. This week it's your beanie. We're going to move on to the Argies though, Argentina. And well, they've had a couple of players playing over in Europe and the UK. We're talking about guys like Romero Herrera and Santiago Cordera. How do they go this weekend, Mills?
Oh, well, they've got to start in well. The biggest thing is they've just come off a season over there, so they've been on holiday. So how do they slot in against Jaguares? They've been in exceptional form. Well, they've just got to get the feel of the game, really, and the way they've been playing. You know, the Jaguares have played an expansive game. They've gone away from the set piece. These guys here will bring that sort of experience in the set piece, an era that the Jaguares really struggled in during Super Rugby.
We haven't seen their team list yet, so we don't know exactly who's playing, but we assume it's going to be a massive chunk of the Jaguares Super Rugby team. One thing we do know, though, is their home field advantage. They had the semi-finals there for Super Rugby. There were 31,000 at Jose Amalfitani Stadium. Could this home crowd thing be a real thing for them now?
I think now they believe it's a fortress. You saw during the season with the Jaguares how tough it was to play there. So I think the Argentinians will be licking their lips this weekend, going up against an All Black side that's probably lacking in a little bit of experience in the reserves and in the starting side as well. But yeah, I've played there a few times. It's a great stadium to play. It brings a lot of energy, but it is tough.
And I'm sure they'll take confidence out of that Super Rugby final just 2 weekends ago. Well, Jeff Wilson from The Breakdown, he's made it over to Buenos Aires and the battle of the show has continued. The Breakdown against the kickoff. He's with Aaron Smith. Who wins?
Look, kickoff's on the weekend. We're starting the Rugby Championship. You've been on that kickoff show a couple of times at home. What do you really think about that team, Kirsty's team of guys?
Yeah, well, you know, there's some good dudes there. You know, that face aging thing, it's really worked for them. You know, they just got that filter on all the time, which was pretty good. But nah, love you boys, and yeah, keep the banter and get more raw, eh? Just really come at it.
It's no breakdown though, eh?
Yeah, I'll probably watch. Nah, I don't know. No.
I'll pay you later. I'll pay you later.
Yeah,
all right.
I'll watch both of them.
See you, team. Later.
I think Jeff was secretly hoping that he was going to be a Breakdown fan, but I'm pretty sure Aaron Smith, he's a big kickoff one. And if you're wondering what he was talking about with the old faces, he's talking about the Face app, which has been going crazy on social media in the last week or two. We've got a couple of our own that we have created, and it's up to you guys, and you at home as well, to guess who these ones are. Let's start it off, shall we? Shall we?
Oh,
who is it?
Oh, that's Alan Jones. Angus Tarver.
Yep.
Bodie.
Wow. Bodie. D-Mac. Yeah.
Pocock. Oh, gee.
Wow.
Hey.
He hasn't aged nicely. He has not aged great.
That's a goodie.
Sergio. Who's that?
Oh.
Simon Karevi.
Rito.
Rito.
Wow, gee, he's lost a bit of weight.
That's a
Is
shocker.
this app legit? Well, these are real old, eh? Is that 90s?
This is them in 20 years. You don't even look that tired.
Yeah.
Thank you. You look fine. Hey, there you are.
Yeah.
That's normal.
We haven't even mentioned that these guys aren't on the show anymore, have we?
Who are they?
No.
He looks like he's off a movie or something.
Look at that lid. Wow. Look at that lid.
Wow, I don't know what was worse there.
The lid or...
You or KT? I hope that's not a look at your future selves.
Oh, man, you always
really
look at
hope
the dad,
not.
Or you look at the mum and you're like, is that, you know? When
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, the dad
So-
of the show, Carl Tanana, he has moved off the bench, and I hope he doesn't have any of those grey hairs. KT, 2 big games this weekend, the Galahad Shield, the Coleman Shield. You're 2 of the captains.
I am, Kirsty. I actually look like George Clooney there, or Hori Clooney as we go. But no, we do have to my right, Mele Hufanga, who's the captain of the women's team. Just first time in Eden Park, #1. I mean, how exciting is that?
Oh, it's really exciting, you know. Like you said, you know, it's the first time for women to play on Eden Park, but, you know, finally, you know. But we're really excited for it, so yeah.
Against college rifles too, the arch enemy.
Oh, man, that's even better, actually. It's even better that we get to play with rifles Eden Park. But we're excited, and we can't wait for it.
So what time's kick-off to get everyone down there?
Kick-off, it's at 12:30. Yeah, be there to watch a really good footy.
There we go, and wear your Marist shirts. I'm just with the captain of the Marist Prems team. Oh, we just got some kai for you fellas coming in because I look after my guests. There we go, because now, Vake Mahoney, and this season's been really good for you guys, but what's been the secret to your success, you think, so far?
To be honest, it's our wives, just trying to restore that mana back into our jersey and also just brings all the family back together.
And we've already seen a lot of people that come down to this club. It seems a very close family-orientated club.
Yeah, we have a call, 4-1, forever together. We'll always be one big family, you know. Doesn't matter from the youngest grade all the way to the top. And it's always good to see the old boys come back, which is good.
Now, just spoke to Hufunga. They're playing college rifles. You guys are playing your enemies, Ponsonby, eh?
Rivals.
Rivals, yeah. What do you reckon?
Yeah, it'll be a tough game, to be honest. Yeah, but the best team will win, I guess.
All right, then nice humbleness. But these guys, have your fellas fed. It's all protein and a bit of greens as well. Back to the couch.
Izzy's been into that lasagna as well. Was it all good?
You have too, don't
I
lie.
was into the salad. You were into the lasagna.
And the buns, don't lie.
Okay, well, we are going on to our next game. Game 2, it's the Maori All Blacks taking on the Flying Fijians, and Rotorua on Saturday will be live from 7 p.m. The team list here, well, Akira Ioane, he has been benched, and an interesting choice. Peter Douglas comes in at #8, is he?
Yeah, Feru, he's had a great season with the Crusaders, so he deserves his opportunity to start at #8, and what an opportunity it is. And Rotorua, in front of his family, I'm sure they'll be coming down and supporting them. I think they're actually from Ngāti Porou, so they'll be coming down. But yeah, they've obviously made a lot of changes, and I think they needed to because, yeah, obviously they didn't get the job done, so the other guys get another opportunity.
A lot of changes. One of those comes at halfback. Bryn Hall coming off a champion side for the 3rd year with the Crusaders. He's in there at #9.
Yeah, it's good to see him off the bench this time and in to the #9 jersey.
Izzy's smiling.
Izzy
Look at
is
him.
just
Look at
smiling.
him.
He's got the biggest grin on him.
Sickening.
But yeah, it'll be really good to see how he goes in the #9 jersey.
And if we look at the bench, well, they've got some big names on this bench. They've got All Blacks. They've got Nathan Harris. They've got Akira Ioane. Tyrell's actually starting, but Tutoiro Teorangi. The list doesn't stop, so obviously they're wanting a big second half.
Oh, they'll be dark. They'll be dark after last week. You know, we don't lose very much to Fiji at all, you know. So they'll be going away and they'll be wanting some firepower. They'll be relentless. They'll be a lot more physical this weekend, that's for sure.
Okay, well, let's take a look at the physical Fijians team list. They've made a number of changes themselves. They've left 11 players back home this week. And Mills, you've been over in Fiji, so we'll tap into your area of expertise. Who do you like in the Fijian team?
I tell you what, who I like. I like staying at the Hilton Hotel. That's what I like. And I like flying over Air New Zealand. No, it wasn't a sponsored trip, but when I mentioned Israel Dack's
Fiji
name,
Airways.
they doubled the price. So soon forgotten as an All Black. You know, welcome to retirement, buddy.
A name in there that everyone will recognise is playing on the right wing, and it's Patrick Osborne from the Highlanders.
Patrick! Oh, man, what an opportunity for Patrick. He's been around the traps for a while now, so a lot of experience, and it'd be awesome to see my old mate out there running around for the Fijians. How good.
Yeah, how good, exactly. It'll be fantastic to see him back in New Zealand playing in the black and white, though. We're going to talk about the way the Fijians like to play. We see their 7s team and their 15s team have adopted the same philosophy. They're masters of keeping the ball alive, KT, and last week they made 27 clean breaks. They beat 49 defenders and 19 offloads. That must be difficult to defend against.
Yeah, well, John McKee's done a superb job because he hasn't tried to limit their style of play. You know, he's given them a good set piece, which they dominated last week, but that sets the platform to these guys to go play naturally, you know, and when you've got 7s guys littered throughout your whole back line, well, this is what's going to happen. There it is, there it isn't. Oh, no, we'll give it to this guy. Oh, look, he's got a #6, not #11 on his back. What's happening?
They're all the same size.
Was that Dag on the tackle?
They're all the same size, eh, Tyler?
They sure are. The Fijians, like, I've stood next to their men's team, went on the 7th circuit, and they are just giants. They're physical specimens, and just seeing those offloads, it's incredible. Offloading team is one of the hardest teams to defend against.
They're athletes, they're pure athletes. You look at their physique and stuff like that, but if you get into a game where it's loose like that against the Fijians, they'll always dominate. I'm looking forward to how they go in the wet and cold of Rotorua. When they turn up and the sun's not shining, it's a cold, wet night, how are they going to go, around the park?
Did you line yourself up against a few of those over there? Just see how you size up?
Oh, I did a little, mate, nothing compared to those guys.
Little boy. Hey, little boy.
Hey, I was a little boy.
Junk was matching.
I downed some Tara,
the
it didn't
Fijians,
work.
they changed it up, and the Maori All Blacks changed it up, as we saw from the team list. 6 switch from the bench to start. Peter Douglas, Pari Parkinson, Bryn Hall, Alex Nankivell and Jordan Highland. Why the changes and why so many?
Oh, the guys need an opportunity. There's only a certain amount of games that they get to play, and the guys that started last week, they got an opportunity, and it's just the way rugby goes. And I think those, like KT said before, the guys that go on the bench, they'll be looking for a reaction. So those guys that come on, like Kira and that, they'll be coming on and they'll be angry.
It'll be interesting to see how that will change their style of play and the weather, of course. But KT, well, he's back to where the food is. Of course, he'll be tucking in to the lasagna. KT, and you're with some Super Rugby stars of Marist.
Yes, I am, Koo. So you'd actually notice that I haven't got myself something to eat because I had some gluten-free stuff earlier. So Hoskins Satutu at the end, Talia, and we've got our under-20s man, Tofa Funaki, who was there in Argentina. I'm going to come to you first, Tofa. How did you find the experience over in Argie? Because the All Blacks are over there at the moment, but how did you find it?
It was pretty good, definitely, with the crowd there. They definitely loved the game, especially with the boys and the coaching staff. Just learnt a lot, so yeah, it's pretty good to play some enjoyable rugby.
Tanielu, how did you find this season's Super Rugby?
It was a big learning experience. Obviously, I was around a lot of big-name players, and I got the chance to play and train with them every day, so I try to learn something every day, and obviously the season didn't go to plan, but obviously there's always next year, so we're looking forward to it.
We know the big fella's getting hungry. Look at him, he's got his hands in the front. Hoskins, my mate, this weekend, want to talk about your guys' club in the final. A huge weekend for the club.
Yeah, it's just a massive occasion. We know last time we made the final, I think it was back in 2012. And yeah, believe that alone, man.
He's going to punch me and take his role, sorry.
Myself. Yeah, I think the boys have been working really hard all year, and yeah, they're keen as just get out and get a dub.
Well, thank you very much, gentlemen. I won't get in front of your food. Back to you, Kirsty.
KT, you look like you need to eat a wee bit more. You look small compared to those guys. We've got Super Rugby players there. We've got under-20s players and All Blacks, many All Blacks that have played. Why is Marist so good at producing these players, Tyler?
Yeah, it's incredible just to see the amount of All Blacks, but then also Black Ferns come through this program too. And I think the culture of the club, they really create that family environment. I had the pleasure and honour of presenting the Marist women's jerseys in their semi-final, and just one of their sayings, forever together as one, 4-2-1. And yeah, it's just, I was welcomed straight back in. I hadn't been at the club for a long time, like probably 10 years since I last played, but just that whole family environment, and everyone wants to play for each other.
Awesome. Well, let's touch on the finals this weekend then. Coleman Shield, assume you're backing Marist.
Oh, 100%, 100% backing Marist. They're against Rifles in the women and Ponsonby in the men, but I'll be down there, I'll be supporting both teams, and hopefully they bring the Shield home.
Everyone watching at home, you can go down there as well, Eden Park. The gates will be open for the Coleman Shield and the Galahad Shield too. All Blacks this weekend, and Maori All Blacks, how do they go?
All Blacks will get up, hopefully. And then the Maori All Blacks are looking to bounce back and get an opportunity.
Thanks, Izzy. Well, we have run out of time this week. Thanks, guys. Thanks, Tyler, for coming on. Awesome to be back at Marist. And this weekend, Maori All Blacks, and we will be in Wellington from Porniki Rugby Club. Make sure you check it out or come on down. See you then.